Hello everyone, welcome to the online session of Basic Electronics. I am Ami Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to discuss the chapter Field Effect Transistor and its biasing. So these are the contents I am going to discuss in this particular video. So first we will see the introduction to FET, that is a field effect transistor. Then we will see some of the features of FET. Then we will see why FET is called the voltage control device. Then we will see the classification of FET. What is the difference between bipolar junction transistor and field effect transistor? And then structure of N-channel JFET and P-channel JFET. These are the two types of JFET. And then we will see the unbiased JFET. That means if we are not applying any external DC supply to the JFET, then how it behaves. And at last we will see the biased JFET. So if we apply the external DC supply to the JFET, then how it will behave. Introduction to FET, that is the field effect transistor. So field effect transistor has the three terminals and it is a semiconductor device. The three terminals of this FET is the gate, source and drain. So FET, this is one block which represent FET and it has three terminals. One is gate, another one is source and drain. Source is a terminal from which the majority charge carrier enters the FET. The name source is given from that only, that from here the majority charge carrier is going to enter the field effect transistor, and then drain is the terminal from which we can say the majority charge carriers are leaving. Now we will see features of FET. FET is the voltage control device. Why it is called voltage control, that we will see in the next slide. It is a unipolar device. That means the current carrying carriers or we can say the current is due to the only one type of carrier in the FET, that is either only electrons are flowing or only the holes are flowing. Input impedance of FET, that is field effect transistor, is very high, which is very important parameter, and FET is more temperature stable as compared to the BJT, that is bipolar junction transistor. So these are the features of FET. Now we will see why FET is called the voltage control device. So this is again the FET block shown, which has three terminal: gate, source and drain. Drain current is controlled output current. So the current which is flowing through this drain terminal is denoted with the ID, and this is the important current. And another important voltage is VGS, that is gate to source voltage, and the third important voltage is drain to source voltage, which is applied for the biasing for carrier to move. Now another voltage, that is gate to source voltage, is the controlling input voltage. So this is the controlling voltage, and this voltage VGS is controlling this ID. This is the controlled output current, and that is why this drain current is controlled by this voltage. It is called the voltage control device. Now why it is called the field effect? Output current, that is the drain current, is controlled by the voltage applied between gate and source. That is the input voltage. That is why it is called the field effect. So output current is controlled by the field applied between the gate to source. That is why it is called the field effect. So from this the name field effect transistor comes. Now we will see the classification of field effect transistor. Basically there are two types of field effect transistor. One is junction field effect transistor and another one is the metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. In the junction field effect transistor we have two types. One is N-channel junction field effect transistor and another one is P-channel JFET. In MOSFET we have two types, that is depletion MOSFET and enhancement MOSFET. Now we will see what is the difference between the BJT and FET. BJT is current control device, whereas the FET is the voltage control device. BJT is a bipolar device, that means the carrier movement in the BJT is due to electrons and holes both. So current in the BJT is due to electrons and holes both, whereas in the FET the current is due to only one type of carrier, that is either electron or hole. Input impedance of BJT is low, whereas the input impedance of FET is high. Now the noise generated by BJT is high and noise generated by FET is low. BJT is bigger in the size and FET is smaller in the size. So this is the difference between BJT and FET. Now we will see the structure of N-channel JFET. This is junction field effect transistor because junction is formed over here between N-type and P-type material. You can say this bar is N-type semiconductor bar, and in this N-type semiconductor bar we have two region which is of P-type, and this P-type region is nothing but the gate. So P-type material is heavily doped as compared to the N-type material, we can say, and this is gate material. So this gate impurity concentration is very high as compared to this N-type semiconductor bar. Now the thin region between this two P-type gate is called the channel. Now this is the gate region, and this is also gate, and this is heavily doped, and now this thin region you find between these two gate is called the channel, and here the channel is of N-type material, that is why it is called the N-channel JFET. Now current in the N-channel JFET is due to only electrons because N-type material is having electrons as the majority charge carrier. Now electrons enter through the terminal is called the source, and electrons leaving through a particular terminal is called the drain. This is the source terminal and this one is the drain terminal. And this is a symbolic representation of N-channel JFET. It has gate, and as it is an N-channel, the arrow is shown this inside, and N-channel, that means gate is made up of P-type. And this is the drain, this is the source. We can say this drain and source terminal will be of N-type because we have N-type semiconductor bar where we have two terminals, that is source and drain. Now we will see the structure of P-channel JFET. Now P-type semiconductor bar is taken, that is this P-type semiconductor bar is taken, and in that on two side we have N plus region created. Why it is called N plus? Because the doping concentration of this N-type material is larger than this P-type bar, and this is called the gate terminal. These two are connected together with the contact, and this is a gate terminal. Now thin region between these two N-type gate terminal is called the channel. Now the channel is made up of this P-type material, that is why the current over here in the P-channel JFET is due to the holes only. And we can say the region or the terminal through which the holes enter the P-channel JFET is called the source, and the terminal through which the holes leave is called the drain. Now current in the P-channel JFET is due to only holes. This is a symbolic representation of P-channel JFET. This is a gate terminal, arrow is shown outside, that means this is P-channel, and gate is made up of N-type material. So drain and sources of P-type. Now we will see the unbiased N-channel JFET. The important voltage and current over here is gate to source voltage and drain current, and one more voltage is VDS. So unbiased, that means we are not applying any voltage to this VGS. Now control terminal is gate terminal and that is kept open, that means VGS is kept open. Now VDS is connected between drain to source. This is the drain terminal, this is a source terminal, and here plus of the battery applied, here minus of the battery applied. This gate terminal is kept open, so we have not applied any gate to source potential difference. Now what happens? Due to this potential difference, that means battery applied across drain and source, we will find electron starts moving from source to drain, because positive terminal is to the drain. That's why electrons are moving in this particular direction, and electron passes through this passage, and this passage is called the channel. This particular passage is called the channel. Now depletion region created at this PN junction, and the depletion region is thin because we have not applied any voltage to the gate. Now we will see the biased N channel JFET. Now gate to source junction is always reverse biased for the operation in the JFET. This is very important point. You need to remember that VGS will be such that it will make this PN junction always in the reverse bias. As we have P-type gate, we are going to apply this gate to source voltage such that it will form reverse bias between this P and N type substrate. So this is minus applied, and here to the source, this is connected to the source, we have applied plus. So this PN junction will become reverse bias, and due to that some depletion region will be created across this. As we are applying gate to source voltage such that it forms the PN junction reverse biased, and due to that the gate current will be zero, almost zero, and due to this IG0 it provides the infinite impedance. Now practical value of this input impedance is of the order of mega ohm. Now voltage applied between drain to source is given as VDS. This is drain terminal and this is the source terminal, and this voltage is VDS. VGS is negative, VDS is positive over here. Now we will see working of N channel JFET. This is how we have applied the biasing. So in short, VDS should be positive. Gate to source voltage should be such that it forms the reverse bias between this PN junction. So it is negative over here, and we will see working of this N channel JFET with three steps. First we will see VGS 0, then we will see negative VGS of small value, and then we will increase the VGS to the large value, and again this VGS will be negative only in all. So we are going to see first working of N channel FET with the VGS 0. VGS is kept 0, so gate and source is being shorted. VDS is positive, this is drain terminal, this is source terminal, and ID is controlled by the resistance of the semiconductor material between drain and source. So this semiconductor material also offers some of the resistance. So depending on that resistance, the carrier will be moving from source to drain. Due to finite resistance of N-type material, there is a voltage drop across this material, across the channel, and due to this voltage drop across this channel in the N-type material, the reverse bias is generated between these two junctions, even if VGS is 0. Here VGS is 0, but here some voltage is there, and due to that the reverse bias is generated, and due to that the depletion region is formed. Now here the channel width is widest, that means very large channel width is there, thin depletion region is available, and that is why the drain current is maximum. And this drain current is said to be IDSS, that is saturation drain current. Now we will see working of N channel JFET with a smaller negative value of VGS. So VGS is applied, but it is small in the amount. As we have applied the reverse bias VGS such that the depletion region thickness will increase, and we know this P-type gate is having the large doping concentration. So penetration of depletion region will be much more in the N-type region, because the doping level of this N-type bar is less compared to the gate. That is why depletion region more penetrate into the n-type, and due to that you can see the channel thickness or channel will become thin. So depletion region width increases and it penetrates more in the n-type material. Channel width is going to decrease. As channel width is going to decrease over here, the number of carriers moving from source to drain will get decreased, and we can say ID is going to decrease. Now we will see working of n-channel JFET with the large value of VGS. So VGS is increased. We have increased the reverse bias. Then what happens? With increase in this reverse bias, this depletion region thickness will increase. Depletion region will be more penetrated into n-type material, and at some point of time we find, as shown in this figure, this depletion region from both of this PN junction will touches each other. So VGS is further increased. Certain VGS, the depletion region of both PN junction touches each other, and the channel width becomes 0. So ID becomes 0 because no carrier will be able to move from here to here. And VGS at which the ID becomes 0 is called the VGS off. So ID is 0 and this VGS is called the VGS off, which will stop the current to flow. And when VGS is equal to 0, ID is maximum. That was the first case. Now we will see the voltage and current polarity for n-channel JFET and p-channel JFETs. This is an n-channel JFET, that means the drain and source are made up of n, and gate is of p-type. We know that VGS should be such that it should reverse bias the gate junction. So we will keep, as this gate is of p-type, we will keep this VGS over here negative and VDS will be positive over here, and the drain current is flowing from drain to source, and carriers are moving from source to drain, and the current is due to electrons over here. Now all the voltage and current polarity will be opposite in the p-channel JFET. We have the p-channel JFET, that means drain and source are made up of p-type, and gate is of n-type with the high doping concentration. And for n-type gate, to bias this NPN junction in the reverse bias, we have VGS positive. As VGS is positive, VDS will be negative, and due to that the holes will be moving from this source to drain, and the current direction is also shown in the direction of the hole movement, and that is why ID is going up. So this is the voltage and current direction for the n-channel and p-channel JFET. Now we will see the working of p-channel JFET. This is the p-channel JFET, which is fabricated on the p-type substrate, and in this two region created, which is of n plus. N plus is said because the doping concentration is large. This is the gate terminal, and this is the drain, and this is the source terminal. We are applying VGS always such that this PN junction becomes reverse bias. So this gate to source voltage is positive over here and drain to source voltage is negative over here. Now when this gate to source voltage is 0, this channel width is maximum, and as we increase this VGS, channel width is going to decrease, and the number of holes which are moving from source to drain is also going to decrease. So we can say when VGS is equal to 0, ID is maximum, that is IDSS. But when VGS is high, that is positive, as we keep on increasing, at certain point we will find that ID becomes 0, and that is the VGS off. With this, I am ending this session over here. Thank you.